So yesterday it all blew up because I called out a white cis hetero male radio host, not by name, simply by the experience. I did a status update on Facebook explaining what had happened and basically how I wanted to talk about how whitewashed and racist Australian hip hop is, and he freaked out and just shut down the conversation and completely silenced and censored me. Now, you know that I can handle myself, and I'm unafraid to speak out against shit. But what blew my mind, right, was there are people in the industry who said two of the craziest things. One, hip-hop isn't political. Two, because you're white and love hip-hop, it means you aren't racist. That right there, I want to be really clear here, that right there is some bullshit. I am not African or Caribbean American. I'm not African or Caribbean in any way, though some of my music is influenced by hip-hop and rap because I love it so much. I don't deny its origins and owners. Yes, its owners. And I certainly don't try to claim it's mine to do with as I please without acknowledging that it has been turned into a money earner for white people. For those that don't know and want to deny it, rap was created by black folks as a way to have a voice in a violently racist environment. It was a mode and is a mode of empowerment against white extremist enemies which exist today here in Australia, in America, in the UK, all over the world, right? If you want to deny that white extremism exists in Australia alone, ask Adam Goodes, Briggs, Monkey Mark, Nova Paris, ask so many individuals about their experiences, and you'll find that they experience racism on an everyday basis. So this idea that you listen to make and love hip-hop and therefore you're not racist is so problematic. You've shared a mic or stage with a person of color. I'll say it again. That right there is some bullshit. The whiteness of your skin gives you instant access to privilege others can only dream of, even though you're making music using someone else's creation. But music is for everyone. I fucking hate that. That whole idea that, no one owns music. Music is for everyone. Bullshit, right? Bullshit. Look at how white people have capitalized and consumed white versions of jazz, funk, soul, reggae, from Elvis Presley to like UB40. You're talking about amazing culture and creations, like never acknowledged to be the creations of people of color, right? And then white people taking ownership and making money from that. So if we keep specific to Australia, right, what have been the biggest mainstream hip-hop acts in this country of the last decade or two, by which I mean getting the most airplay, even on stations like Triple J, which are meant to be playing diverse music, which we know they're not, and I can hate on Triple J because let's look at, Triple J's Hottest 100 a couple of years ago and the lack of women and how whole campaigns had to be run, right? I mean, you're talking about a station that pretends to be diverse. In any case, most airplay hip-hop last 10, 20 years. Earth Boy, white. Hilltop Hoods, white. Fundamentals, white. Bliss and Esso, white with the exception of their DJ. 360, white. Now, I'm not saying that those dudes, and they're all dudes, didn't work hard. I'm not saying that they don't love their craft or that they aren't good at what they do. What I'm saying is it is because they are white that they have been given additional opportunities, had access that others, the people of color, haven't had. And so their whole ability to get in front of an audience, to get a record deal, to get what is needed in order to create and to play, right, has been absolutely helped by the fact that they're white. So there are some more diverse folk in the lineup of Australian hip-hop now, but that's only just happening, and I bet that's because they've hustled a million times harder, right? Now, I don't profess to know everything, but I do listen to the experience of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, to the experience of African and Caribbean Americans, to the experience of people of color trying to exist, create, and make money in a white extremist system. I do not deny their experiences. I do not tell them that their experiences aren't real. I do not pretend because it makes me uncomfortable that they have the issues, right? They live in a system designed to keep them down and suffering. And as a person of color, I can tell you that I have shared those experiences, though to an admittedly much, much smaller extent. So, for all you white deniers of this truth, denying it makes you racist, right? Saying you just make music and don't want to get political makes you complicit because you reap the rewards without trying to make sure it's fair for all. Stop whinging and whining and playing the fucking victim and try and affect some true change. It takes courage to look in the mirror and courage to speak out. But a nation of polite fence sitters is a nation of cowards. A music scene of deniers of the experience of non-whites is a racist music scene. How is it that people don't get this? We live in a white extremist world where white people get white privileges non-whites do not get, and if your white guilt makes you feel bad about that, don't get defensive, get active. Also, read about the history of hip-hop and rap. If you're going to be involved in it, learn about it. Read about white extremism and colonialism. And if reading ain't your thing, that's fine. Watch some YouTube clips. Listen to some old school rap because that's the greatest lesson of all. You're going to learn so much from that shit about struggle and about the whole reasons for hip-hop. And above all, respect the forefathers and foremothers of a craft because they had to make music to literally save their lives as a call to arms for their community and their people, and you disrespect that history, you disrespect and dishonor that truth by saying hip-hop isn't political. It is. It is a voice for the disenfranchised, for the marginalized, and your consumption, unconscious consumption and creation of that shit is flat out wrong. Flat out wrong. As a white person, you have to respect, tread carefully. Ignorance is no excuse. Learn some lessons.